I mean, I'd like to have his bad dunks. But
Well, here's the guy who's shaking up the New York Knicks lineup, Gerald Wilkins. He's in for Orlando Woolridge, who couldn't make it this year because he hurt his hand.
well, he shook him up with a 44 in his first attempt. Here goes for the second try. Over the chair.
Oh!
All right.
He talked about that the other day. He wanted to do something special, and that was it. He put that chair about 4 feet out in front of the basket.
Well, he didn't put it there. Trent Tucker put it there. His
True,
teammate.
yeah, his teammate.
Another look. Over the chair.
Isn't that incredible? And I'll tell you, Rick, he is no taller than 6'5".
Well, the smaller guys, it seems that it creates some sort of an illusion that they're doing more. The big guys, it doesn't seem like they have to take quite as much effort to do it. So the little guys have a little advantage in that
Shaking
respect.
up the New York Knicks lineup, Gerald Wilkins. Want Spud Webb, but they also want Dominique. Rick, I think the crowd is confused. They don't know what they want.
Well, one thing for sure is his brother Gerald Wilkins gets ready for his first dunk is that we'll have two players going and the scores don't really count. Ooh, Wilkins almost came down on his tailbone, managed to get his hands down, but of course you're allowed to miss. Does not count against him.
Yubi Brown is watching. I'm sure he's happy to see he didn't hit the floor.
That's the last thing that the Knicks need.
This guy's really coming on strong this year, too, and he's excited the Knicks fans with his style.
Well, he's excited the fans here with his dunking.
That miss doesn't go against him. You can have 2 misses before they count.
And to reemphasize, the scoring is by round. It's not cumulative. It does not go on from round to round. So the 2 highest scorers in this second round will move on to our finals. And 3 dunks for each contestant here in the second round. And that's going to be a little costly for Wilkins. He is down to his final opportunity. He cannot afford another miss. And this happened to him in that first round, John, and he had to go very conservative on his last dunk.
Well, this allowing of misses, Rick, is good because it encourages guys to be creative and go for some wild stuff. But as you say, he's now out of chances. He's got to make this.
The bigger problem, too, is he's used up his legs a lot with those extra tries.
Stayed with it. Nice dunk, but a tough act to follow after.
Well, Spud Webb kind of set the scene, I would say.
He created some pressure.
There we go, a little slow motion. Not quite the style of and the flair of his older brother.
That's one you want when you know you're ahead and you have to put something up that's pretty good.
37 for Gerald.
I'm surprised. Judges are tough this year, Rick. I was a judge last year. We were much more lenient. I thought that was a higher number myself.
And Wilkins putting down the mark on the floor that he would like to take off from, which is right at the free throw line so that he could spot it several steps further out. And so he's going to try the dunk that Julius Erving made famous, which is the full court running one-handing swoop shot taking off from the free throw line. So let's see if Gerald Wilkins can pull it off. Reminder, he cannot miss. He missed his steps, John. It seemed about 15 feet from the line. He had to regroup himself, and I think that cost him.
He wanted to take off at the foul line, too. Gerald Wilkins is really about 6'5", and Julius has a little more height on him. He's a great leaper, but he may have to go in a little bit, not take off from the foul line, but go in about 6 inches.
And see, he was getting ready to dunk again, and they're reminding him of the rules. As we said, he really cannot take another opportunity. He had 2 misses,
on
and
that
so
round.
he gets the maximum he could score now is a 5 on that.
Yes, he's still on the second round.
Only allowed 2 misses per round, so Gerald Wilkins will not get another opportunity, and that's going to cost him dearly.
And each player gets 3 dunks each on the second round.
So Gerald comes up with the maximum of 20. He's a terrific young man. I really enjoy talking with him, and expresses himself quite well, and a very intelligent young man who you have to give credit when a young man knows what his weaknesses are and works at them.
Gerald Wilkins has used up all of his misses, so that attempt will count.
And that takes care of Gerald Wilkins. The ruling now that he did have 1 more opportunity left.
Gerald tried that foul line takeoff move, one-handed slam. Fell a little short.
A score of 25 for Gerald Wilkins.
Again, he gets a 25.
way up there, isn't he, though? But he just left the ground a little too early.
First 2 attempts.